There is a powerful force inside you greater than any obstacle you will ever face, and that force is your mind. Napoleon Hill, the legendary author of Think and Grow Rich, taught us one of the greatest truths of success. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let that sink in for a moment. Your thoughts are not just passing clouds, they are the blueprints of your future. Everything you see around you, everything that exists, started as an idea in someone's mind. The car you drive, the phone you hold, the business you admire. All of them began with a thought, fueled by belief and followed by action. Success is not reserved for the lucky few. It is not about being born rich or having powerful connections. It is about one thing: definite purpose. Napoleon Hill called it a burning desire, a fire in your heart so strong that nothing can put it out. When you truly want something, and when you believe in it with all your heart, you will find a way. Obstacles become stepping stones, failures become teachers, and setbacks become setups for greater comebacks. But belief alone isn't enough. You must take action, and not just once or twice. You must act with persistence, with consistency, with courage, even when the world doubts you, even when fear whispers that you can't. Because fear is a liar. Fear tells you you're not good enough. Fear tells you it's too late. Fear tells you to give up. But Napoleon Hill reminds us, one of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. There is no such thing as permanent failure, only temporary defeat. The moment you decide not to quit is the moment your destiny begins to shift. Every great person you admire, from inventors to entrepreneurs, from artists to athletes, has faced doubt, rejection, and even poverty. But they kept going because they had a clear goal, a definite purpose, and an unshakable belief. That is the formula. Desire, faith, action, persistence. Success doesn't come overnight. It demands discipline. It demands focus. It demands sacrifice. But it rewards you with something far greater: freedom, impact, and a life of purpose. So today I ask you, what is your dream? What is that burning desire inside you that refuses to go away? Don't ignore it. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time is now. Start where you are. Use what you have. And remember, your journey is not measured by speed, it's measured by progress. And when it gets hard, and it will, remind yourself of this: I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. You have greatness inside you. You have the power to shape your future. And as Napoleon Hill said, set your mind on a definite goal and observe how quickly the world stands aside to let you pass. So dream big, believe boldly, and never ever give up. Because success is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. What if I told you that your thoughts are writing the story of your life? Every success, every failure, every dream realized or abandoned, it all begins with a thought. Napoleon Hill, one of the most powerful voices in personal development, once wrote, "You are the master of your destiny. You can influence, direct, and control your own environment. You can make your life what you want it to be." Think about that. No matter where you were born, no matter how broke, broken, or beaten you feel, you still have the most powerful gift: your mind. You don't need permission. You don't need luck. You just need clarity, belief, and the courage to take the first step. And it all starts with a decision that says, I will no longer think like a victim. I will no longer surrender my future to fear. I am the one who decides what I become. Because here's the truth: you don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. You get what you believe you deserve. The world is full of people with dreams, but very few with definite purpose. That's what separates the average from the exceptional. Napoleon Hill called it a definite chief aim, a clear goal, a burning desire, a mission so strong that it keeps you moving when everything else tries to stop you. And yes, life will try to stop you. There will be days when you feel lost, when nothing goes right, when you question everything. But remember this: every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Pain is not the end. Rejection is not the end. Failure is not the end. They are the path. You have to fall to learn to rise. You have to lose to understand the value of winning. You have to be broken to discover how strong you really are. Success is not found in perfection. It's found in persistence. And persistence means doing it. Even when no one is watching, even when you're tired, even when the results are not immediate. Because success isn't one giant leap. It's 1,000 small steps, taken with intention, repeated with discipline. You can't build a mansion with one brick, but if you lay a brick every day perfectly, one day you'll stand inside your dream. So ask yourself, what am I thinking? What am I feeding my mind every day? Doubt or belief? Fear or focus? Because your mind is always working with or against you. If you think small, your life will stay small. If you think weak, your results will reflect it. But if you start to think bold, if you start to think strong, if you start to think bigger than your excuses, you will rise. Because as Napoleon Hill said, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. So take responsibility for your thoughts. Take responsibility for your energy. Take responsibility for your life. Stop blaming your past. Stop waiting for the right moment. Stop waiting for someone to push you. Push yourself. Be your own hero. Be your own leader. Be your own proof that anything is possible. The world doesn't need more followers. It needs leaders, creators, doers, dreamers who act. So go, start, believe, and never forget. You already have the power inside you. It's been there all along. Now it's your time to use it. Your mind is the key. Unlock unlimited success with Napoleon Hill's wisdom. Speech. Close your eyes for a moment. Now imagine the life you've always dreamed of. The freedom, the confidence, the peace of mind, the success. What if I told you it's already within your reach? The only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is the belief that you can. And that belief is the first lie you must destroy. Napoleon Hill, the master of success philosophy, wrote, "There are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge." Read that again. The limits you feel are not real. They are learned. You weren't born afraid. You weren't born doubtful. You were taught to shrink, but deep inside you still lives that child who dreamed without limits. Now it's time to wake that dreamer up. You don't need luck. You don't need to wait for a miracle. You need a definite goal and an unyielding decision to chase it every single day. The world is filled with average people living average lives, not because they lack talent, but because they lack clarity and courage. Don't be one of them. The successful don't wait for motivation. They create discipline. They build habits. They take consistent action, even on the days when they don't feel like it. Why? Because they understand a truth that most ignore. Success comes to those who become success conscious. Your mind is like a magnet. When you fill it with doubt, you attract excuses. When you fill it with belief, you attract results. You must begin to see yourself not as a victim of circumstances, but as a creator of your reality. You are not stuck. You are simply waiting for permission, and today you give that permission to yourself. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you the life you want. But here's the good news. You don't need them to. You have everything you need inside you right now. The ideas, the passion, the grit. All you have to do is decide. Decide that your dreams are more powerful than your fears. Decide that your future is worth the struggle. Decide that you will no longer settle for less. Napoleon Hill believed that success was not an accident. He studied hundreds of the most powerful, influential, and wealthy people of his time. And he found a pattern. They all had these traits: a clear vision, a strong belief in themselves, a never-quit mindset, and the ability to take action, even when the outcome was uncertain. You must develop those traits too. Stop looking for comfort. Start looking for challenge. Because challenge builds strength, discomfort builds growth, and growth leads to breakthroughs. Today is your opportunity to draw a line in the sand and say, "I will not live in fear anymore. I will not be average. I will not wait for life to happen. I will create it. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, you will fall. Yes, you will be doubted, laughed at, misunderstood. But so were the greats. And still, they rose. Still, they built. Still, they conquered. Now it's your turn. Don't let this world tell you who you are. Decide for yourself. And as Napoleon Hill said so powerfully, the starting point of all achievement is desire. So fuel that desire, fan that flame, and walk forward boldly with belief in your heart and action in your hands. Because when your vision is clear, when your purpose is strong, when your belief is unshakable, nothing can stop you.